Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Bright Ideas Live Maths Streaming. My name is Nicole, and I am the Educational Director of Bright Idea Education. We are an EdTech company, and we're really busy working on bringing out a maths app, which is focused on gamified maths problems, making sure that learning and fun are the same thing, not learning and then fun, using fantastic graphics and all designed by teachers and top game designers. But unfortunately, it's not ready yet, and it would be brilliant if it was, because it would really help you to have more things to do when you're staying safe at home. Now, I know that your teachers, all your lovely teachers, have been working really hard to set you work, and I know that if you are in year 6, you would have been busy working all year on getting ready to take your maths, English, SATs, which are now not going to happen. And some of you maybe feel glad about that, but some of you maybe feel a little bit cheated about that, and a bit cheated about not having your end of term celebration when you mark the time from moving on to year 6 to year 7. So there's tricky times. Now, our app's not ready yet, so we thought, what else can we do to help? So we've decided to offer some live maths lessons. So good morning, everybody, and welcome. Just a few little safeguarding things. So please make sure you're using a grown-up's YouTube channel. Really, you shouldn't have your own YouTube channel in primary school. And please do not tell us your names, okay? Just to keep you safe, you do not need to say your names. On the 2 lessons I've done earlier, it was really difficult because some of the participants, I recognized the names. They were students that I had taught previously or students that we'd visited in our demo game, and it was really hard for me not to say hello, but it's best to stay safe. So we have an app that's already on the App Store. We have a demo app called FantasKid. So it's aimed at year 4, but if you want to have a look at it, it's free. It's on the Google and App Stores, on both of them. So you can download it. It's free. As I say, it is aimed at year 4, but you can have a look and at least you get an idea of what the sort of thing is that's going to be coming. We're currently busy working on making that game suitable for years 1 to year 6. So do have a little look. So good morning, everybody. Give me an idea where you're from. Where is our classroom today? Is it all in London? Is it throughout England? Have we got any Scottish, Welsh or Irish learners joining us today? Have we got anybody from overseas joining us? Just tell me where you are. Where's the town, the city, the area, the country that you are based in today? Let me have a little look where we all are, where my lovely learners are today. So we've got lots of people from London, from Bath, Albania. Welcome, Albania. Venezuela, welcome. London, Croydon, Winchester. Hello, Winchester. Hola from Spain. Hello. It's really nice to have an idea where people are from. So some people are very local. Algeria. Bonjour, Algeria. Hola, Venezuela. Hola, Spain. Fantastic. Lots of people sort of nearby and lots of people from far away. So that's a nice thing, that we are virtually in the classroom, that we can bring the world together to look at some learning together. I know you'll be missing school, and I know you'll be missing your teachers, and this is just a chance to sort of do some learning with other people and maybe interact in a live way that comes a little bit closer to feeling like you're at school. It won't be like at school, obviously, but comes a little bit closer. So keep telling me where you're from as you put those in. That's really nice to see. And hello and welcome. So today we are going to look at number bonds. Now, some of this work, I'll just turn this over for a moment. Some of this work you may look at and you may think, oh, actually, we've done that. We did that. We did that when we were younger. We did that ages ago. And I am going to make it harder. I'm going to make it more challenging. But what my aim is today is to make sure that you really understand your number bonds and that you are using the maths you know already to do new maths. That's what I really want to focus. Now, you should have heard your teachers all the time saying, use what you know already. Use what you know already. That's what will help you with your maths as maths gets a little bit harder. So I want to really make sure that you are using the maths you know already to help you solve harder problems. Hello, Newcastle. Lovely to see you. Hello, Londoners, fellow Londoners. Lovely to see you. I hope you're all staying safe indoors and helping to stop any spread so we can all get back to some sense of normality as soon as possible. So let's start off with a little bit of touch typing practice and a little bit of counting, a little bit of warming up practice. So, oh, hello, Jamaica. Hola, Spain. I am going to give you some counting. I'm going to say some countings and I'm going to stop. And when I stop, I want you to type in the next 3 numbers. So I'm going to do a number sequence, and then I want you to type in the next 3 numbers in that sequence. Leave a space between your numbers. So, for example, if I said, if my sequence was 78, 79, 80, I want you to type in for me 81, 82, and 83. They would be the numbers that you are typing in. Okay, I am saying this is my turn. This is your turn. This is my turn. This is your turn. Okay, so let's make sure you all understand what I've asked you to do. So I am going to say some numbers and you type in the next 3 numbers that come. Okay, so I am going to say my numbers are going to start off with 45, 46, 47. What are the next 3 numbers? 45, 46, and 47. 45, 46, 47. What are the next 3 numbers? Okay, try and put some spaces between your numbers, make it a bit easier for me to read. That's it. So you should have typed in, okay, you ready? 48, 49, and 50. Okay, 48, 49, 50. So I said 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, so well done, all of those people who typed those in. Okay, so let's have a little look. The next sequence I'm going to give is a check that you can hear and you can type back. The next numbers are 105, 104, 103, 101. What's the next 3 numbers? 105, 104, 103, 101. Okay. Okay, I stopped at 101, so it's then 100, 99, and 98. Yep. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of mental maths warming up. Warm up our brains, give our brains a little massage and warm them up. And we are going to do some quick fire number bonds to 20 because we're going to be using these, and our number bonds to 10. So I'm going to show you a number. So you're looking at one number like this, for example, and you have to type the number that I'm looking at. So if this makes 20, you're looking here. What am I looking at? Okay, so I'm looking at number 5. So let's see if we can do these. So you're looking at this number. What am I looking at? What's the partner? What's the partner that goes with 11? What goes with 11 to make 20? Okay, those answers are starting to come in. So you're looking at 11. I'm looking at 9. Well done, all of you who got 9. Let's go again. You're looking at 13. What am I looking at? You're looking at 13. What's on here? To make 20. You're looking at 13. What am I looking at? I know some of you will think I leave it there a little bit long. It's just that the delay is different depending on people's connections and where they are. So I'm really sorry if it seems that I'm... Okay, just type the digit 1. Some of you have put this digit in twice. Some of you have written 77 because you've typed twice. So just be careful with your typing. I was looking at 7. So you're looking at, oh yeah, you're looking at 18. What am I looking at to make 20? You're looking at 18. What am I looking at? Okay, answers are starting to come in. So that sound delay is starting to kick in. You're looking at 18. I'm looking at 2. Well done. Okay, so you're looking at 6, the next one. What am I looking at? You're looking at 6. What do I see? You see 6. What do I see? Okay. Yeah, a little bit of warm up. So yeah, some of you are saying make this harder, and I'm going to. Don't worry, we're not going to stay on numbers to 20. But I was a teacher for a long time, and I worked a lot with year 5 and 6 as well as the younger ages. And I would often see very silly mistakes of number bonds to 10, number bonds to 20, where people were not thinking clearly and quickly enough. And I also experienced a lot of children knowing what the number problem was, but having to think, oh, what goes with that? And you just need to have it in your head. So for those of you who've got it in your head, well done. But for those of you who haven't, then we just need a little bit of extra practice. Okay, so we are going to look at using the maths we know already to help us do other maths. And we are going to, we've just done our number bonds to 20. So let's now have a think about how that helps us with our number bonds to 30. Okay, so if we know 17 and 3 is 20, then 17 and what is 30? Just think about the relationship there. We know that 17 and 3 is 20. Well, 17 and 3 can't be 30 because 30 is 10 more than 20. So what must that be? Okay, what must that be? I know it's still easy. I'm just going through. Don't worry, I will build it up. What must that be? It's just making sure that you are using the maths you know already to go on to the harder maths. So that when you've got a tricky problem to look at, you're not worried about the number bonds. You can do all your focused thinking on the problem. So we know that that is the case. So then we also know that if we were going to do 17 plus something to make 40, what would it be? 17 and what makes 40? Now we're not going to add 1. So I added 1 to that. That would make 14. And that's not correct. When we went to 13, we didn't add 1. We added a 10. So we need to add another 10 here. And that's going to make 23. Okay. So now we're going to have a little look. I'm going to disappear from you for a moment. And I'm going to show you some things lower down. Okay, so I'm going to show you some things on my board in front of me. I'm just going to drop the screen down, okay, to show you some things that I've got here. So I have 3 bundles of 10 here. So I'm going to count them: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now, if I exchange one of those bundles of 10 for 10 separate ones, okay, there's still 10 in there, I've counted them. I've still got 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But it really helps me to know that when I'm trying to do bonds to 50, I've got 4 bundles of 10. And then I'm going to have these separate ones. Sometimes people will say 36 plus 36 is 50. Or they will say 36 plus 46 because they will forget to add the tens. Now, if I'm doing 50, I can only have 5 tens. So I've got 4 tens here, and this 10 is split into ones. So they're going to be 2 20s. My tens can only add up to 40. And then I have the tens as ones. So remember that. So I'm going to do 40, 23, and 27. 33 and 17. 43 and 7. Okay, so let's just remember that we add our tens first when we do our number bonds, and then we won't add too many of them, and then we can put the ones together. So let's do some bonds to 50 together, okay? So just remembering that, let's do some bonds to 50 together. So first of all, I want you to just write down on a piece of paper, okay, just your 10 bonds to 50. So 0 and 50, 10 and 40, 20 and 30, 30 and 20, 40 and 10, just so you remember what the tens are, the 10 bonds. Okay, just make sure you've got those. So let's have a little look. So we know that 30 and 20 is 50. So if we know, let's write that up. 30 and 20 equals 50. So let's play around with that number equation. And let's have a look at a few missing numbers, okay? So I'm just going to ask you to put in the missing number for me now. I don't need you to write the whole equation. I just want you to put the missing number in. And make sure you just enter the digit in once, so that actually it doesn't look like you've made an error. Some people are very enthusiastic and they put the answer in a couple of times, and I could then think that you've actually written a bigger number than you have, okay? So let's have a little look. Knowing this and using the equation that 30 and 20 makes 50, let's have a look at some missing numbers. So using this, how does that help you do that? Okay. Now we know 19 is 1 less than 20. You've lost 1 there, so we have to put it on there. Okay, easy peasy. Just use the maths you know already. Use the maths you know already. So let's carry on looking at some 50s and using the maths that we know already. Okay. So let's look at using the maths we know already. Okay. Now, when I look at this and I'm looking for maths that I know already, I know 2 9s are 18. So straight away, I'm going to do that in my mind. That's what I'm doing. And then I can say, okay, 18 and 5. Well, I know 18 and 5, that's 23. Then I'm thinking, what goes with 23 to make 50? Now I know I put my 10s together. I can only have 4 bundles of 10. So I know it's going to be a 20. So 20 and 20 makes 40. Then I've got the 3 number bonds of 10. 3 and what? 3 and what? 3 and 7 makes 10. Okay. So using my maths, I know already. Using the maths, I know already. Double 9 is 18. Add a 5 is 23. I know I can only go up to 40. So 20. What's my bonds to 10? 27. Okay. 27. Yeah. Okay. Let's have another one. I can stick another one on here on the board. So using the maths you know already, okay, to go to 50. So let's have a little look. So look for the easy way. Look for the easy route. Look for the easy route. Look for the easy route. What's easiest? Look for the easy route. Okay? Look for the easy route. Yeah. So easy, easy. 10, 20, 30 plus 2. Okay, now I'm looking at 32. So I know I can't have 20 because that already takes it to 50. So it's 1, 10, and 2, and 8 makes 10. So, and 18. Okay, using what we know already. Yeah? Okay. So let's move on to our bonds to 100. Because these are also really important bonds. Bonds to 10, 20, 30, all of those lessons up to 100. So let's look at our bonds to 100. So again, I'm going to just drop you down in front of me here. I'll just drop you down here so you can have a little look. Here we come. So we can put our 10s out, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And I've got 1 10 that is split up. So 100. Okay, so I've counted in 10s to 100. Now, lots of the mistakes that I see made in maths are in bonds to 100, where people will say 57 and 53 makes 100 because they think 50 and 50 is 100. And then they are forgetting that they've made another 10. So I have my 10s in ones. I only then have 9 10s in bundles. So my 10s column cannot add up to more than 9 because I've got my other 10 here. So if I've got 51, I can't have 59 on the other side. Otherwise, I would have 110. I've got 51 here and I've got 49 here. If I have 36 on that side, I can't have 74 on this side because one of the 10s is gone. If I had 74, then I would have 110. So remember to be mindful that your 10s column doesn't over add. Okay, so let's just try some 2 numbers that go together to make 100. 2 numbers that go together to make 100. Let's just do some quick fire of those questions first. But remember, you cannot have 64 and 46 because that is 110. 64 and 36. So your 10s can only add up to 90 for those 2 numbers. Okay, so let's do some quick fire of bonds to 100. Okay, so I'm going to write up a number. You tell me what goes with it to make 100. 73 plus what to make 100? $73 plus what to make 100? Okay, right, now those of you who have written 27 are correct. Let's just look down and check that. Okay, so I have got 73, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 73. I can only have 27 on this side. To have 37, I would have to bring another 10 in. So those of you who put 37, you've made your answer 110. So 73 plus 27. Okay, remember, be mindful of not over adding the 10s. Let's have a little look. 42, what goes with 42? What goes with 42 to make 100? What goes with 42 to make 100? Well done. 58. 40 plus 50 equals 90. And then the 2 and the 8 equals 10. 90 plus 10 equals 100. Okay, not to over add those tens. Let's do one more, and then I'm going to start splitting it up and making it a bit more challenging. Okay, so let's just look at one more. I think I've got room in the top of the chart to write another one. Let's look at what goes with 33. 33, what goes with 33? Okay, and looking down just to check my straws, 33 and 67. Okay, 33 and 67. Okay. Right, now let's hold on to that maths and use it to help us do things a little bit more tricky. Okay, so we're still going to work around the 100 and we're going to split some numbers up. And I want you to really show me that you're looking for the things that are easier to do first of all before you go on to the others. Okay, so let's have a little look. I am going to start with 100 over here. This time I'm going to start here. Okay, so what's the missing number there? What's the missing number? Okay, easier one to start off with. Well done. Using the maths you know already. Okay, 20 and 25. You know that's counting in 25s to 100. 25, 50, 75. Use the maths you know already. That makes 25, 50, and 25, 75. Okay, what's the missing number? Just need one more 25 to get up to the 100. Okay, so let's split up. I'm going to put the 100 on this side. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so remember, I hope you use the maths you know already in your head to do this. I can see straight away there's a bond there. 31 and 9 going to make it 40, plus 20 is going to make that 60. Really easy peasy. Missing number is 40. Okay. Okay. It is hard. Some people will lag. It's not really as quick as you might think you're the first, but you might just be hearing it first and your connection might just be a bit faster. So it's quite hard to get everybody's pacing correct. Okay, let's have a little look. Okay, what we got here? Okay, answers coming through. Well done. Now, these are often where people can make silly mistakes. So we're looking at, okay, I looked, and you may have a different way of doing it. I looked at this. I thought, well, 42 and 8 would be 50. So 9 would make that 51. And then I went 51 and 17. Well, that's 60. Those two added together, that's 8. 68, leaving me 32 to put in, because I know that's my number bond to 100. Okay, so let's have a little look. Now, people are saying, can we do something different? This is what I'm focusing on today, and I'm going to move on to subtraction on Thursday. So the lesson is going to sort of end soon, and I've got a quiz for you to do afterwards to practice these bonds. And then I'm going to move on to subtraction, and I will move on to more challenging things. It's quite hard to get everybody's level right, but I just wanted to make sure that we've got these bonds and people understand what they're doing, and not making silly mistakes. So let's just bear with me while we do a few little more problems for this, and then you can send some feedback. I'm hearing lots of you about making it harder, so I will cover more of a range on Thursday, and I will introduce some subtraction on Thursday, and then look at some relationship between addition and subtraction, and move on to bigger numbers as well. So let's have a little look. If we can use our number bonds to 100, we can use our number bonds to 1,000. Then let's jump up to 1,000 today. Okay, so really thinking about, that's not one more, it's 10 times more. Okay, so let's think about using our number bonds to 1,000 just before we go. So for those of you who are saying, can it get a little bit harder? You may not even find thousands harder, but I just want to make sure we're not making mistakes. Okay, so let's have a little think about it here. So I'm going to say, okay, so let's have a little look. Okay. Okay, so just be mindful that those hundreds need to add up to 900, don't they? And then you've got those tens to come together to make 1,000. Yeah. So I looked at this, I could see that there was a nice little bond here with the 58 and the 12 to make that 60, 370. Okay. So then I could look at 370 plus what? Well, I know that they have got to add up to 900. So I'm going to do 600, and then 70 is 30. So the answer is 630. Okay, so well done for those people who got 630. Yeah, it's 630. Quite right. So let's just do another couple of thousands. I'll put the 1,000 over this side this time, just for a little bit of variety. So let's have a little look. We can do okay. Let's have a little look at that. Use the maths you know already to help you make that easier. Okay, use the maths you know already. Can't see. Somebody said they can't see. Okay. So let's have a look. You're using the maths. If it's easy, it's because you can use the maths already. So double 250, that's going to give you 500. You can see a 30 and a 70 here. You know that makes 100. So you've got 300 plus the 100 made from those. That's 400. So 500 and 400, we know that's 900. So it only leaves space for one more 100 to get to 1,000. So use the maths you know already, okay? Some people have put 1,000 in, got a 400 in. No, you've only got space for 100 because you've already got 900 made from these. So you've only got space for one more 100 to go in there. Okay, you've only got space for one more 100 to go in there. Yeah. So let's jump up to 10,000. Okay, this will finish in about 5 minutes. So let's jump up to 10,000. So we're going to put the 10,000 I'm going to put that at the beginning this time. Okay, so let's have a little look. So what's the gap there? Can you see? Can you see? Can you all see? Can you see? Let's have a little look. So this is 10,000. So what is 5,642 plus 28 plus 200? What do you need to add there to get to 10,000? To get to 10,000. Got some answers coming in. Got some answers coming in. Okay. So let's have a little look what we've got. So this has a relationship here. So if I'm going to bring those down and add those two together, 2 and 8 is 10. I've got to carry those over. 4 and 2 is 6, and the one I've got there, so I know I've got 5,670. But I've got this here, so I'm now going to bring the 200 down. So now I know I've got 5,870. Yeah? So I've got 10,000. What do I need to add on to get to 10,000? Well, let's do it like a number line so we can see it clearly. 30, I'm going to get to 5,900. If I add another 100, I'm going to get to 6,000. And if I add another 4,000, I'm going to get to 10,000. So 4,130. 4,130 is the answer. So well done for those of you who got 4,130. Give yourselves a big clap. So today was a little bit of a take you through, and I can see that lots of you are challenging for harder numbers. So I will bear that in mind for Thursday's lesson when I look at subtraction and the relationship. I do have to follow and cover a full range just to make sure that everybody is understanding what they're doing. And from the answers that I have coming in, then it gives me an idea of where you are. And obviously, you know, some people, they have a faster connection, so it might seem like I'm waiting a long time, but it's just making sure that everybody gets a chance to do their answers and to put their answers in. So thank you very much for joining me. After the video, there is a link to a quiz, which is in the comments section, not the live chat, the comments afterwards. If you found this helpful, please tell us which bits you did find helpful. If you've got any ideas of what help you'd like or how we could make it more helpful, do please let us know. As I said, it is quite hard to cover the whole range. So those of you who feel, oh, I just wanted something more challenging, I'm trying to do the full scope of this. But I will think about that because I have got the lessons for year 3 and 4. So maybe for people who are struggling a little bit, I can just refer them to 3 and 4 and do a little bit more of the content around 5 and 6. So it's our first time. We're growing with those ideas. So let us know what you found helpful and what else we can offer. Thank you for joining me. Remember to check your emails for the link if you haven't picked it up in the comments. Download Fantastic Kid app on the App Store. It's free. It is aimed at year 4, but it'll give you a bit of an idea of what's to come. Like I said, we're busy working on making that demo game suitable for years 1 to year 6. So we are trying to do that. Keep safe, keep at home, keep healthy, keep learning, keep doing all the things that your lovely teachers are sending you. And this is just meant to be a little bit of fun and bringing people together to learn together. And it's been lovely to see that. I will move on to other math topics if this is helpful. I just want to do a little bit on number first, but I can see somebody's asked for fractions, and I do think fractions is quite helpful to do a little bit on, and maybe we can do that in time to come as well. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining and giving your contributions. It's been really lovely, and we'll see you on Thursday. So take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe. Stay at home.